Okay, hi everyone. I am trying out my new video setup. I've got my phone up on a tripod, and so this is my first go around with it. I thought I've been using two of my favorite rulers the past couple of weeks working on my stepson's quilt, his college quilt, and so I just got some in for the shop. And so I thought I'd show you what I'm doing with them in case you will also find them useful. So, first of all, here they are. These are mine. We've got, let's see, can you see this? A companion angle ruler, and I use that to cut Flying Geese type units. And then my easy angle ruler, which goes with the companion angle for cutting half square triangles from strips. Between these two rulers, you can cut both of these shapes from the same size strip, and you don't need to deal with those pesky 3/8 and cutting those odd shaped squares in half or then trimming them down afterwards. So the quilt I've been doing has a lot of triangles in it, and then also has a Flying Geese border. So my time lately has been spent using these two rulers to make, I think, 144 Flying Geese units. And then along with these rulers, these still have those old sandpaper grippers, that's what was available when I first got these, and they scratch your other rulers. So I have slowly been converting to true grips, and I realize this is going to be backwards to you. I'll have to work on that. Anyway, these are clear. They won't scratch, and they're super thin, and so they don't raise your ruler up either. I've tried using those bumper pads that you put on like the backs of pictures, and those make your ruler wonky. I've got these on this little square ruler, and I don't know if you can see those little dots in the corner. I have it just on 3 corners, but those are the little tiny ones, and then there's bigger ones that I put on my big rulers. So that's the rulers I've been using. I've been using these just to double check the size of my Flying Geese, and if I had to sliver trim a little bit, I'm using my little ruler. But the main part of this demo is on the other 2 rulers. So I'm going to try to get this adjusted down so that you can see my mat. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So I've got to make blue and orange Flying Geese units. So here's one of my blue 2.5-inch strips, and what I'm going to do, because obviously the Flying Geese, you know, go like this, the first thing I'm going to do is straighten up my edge with this ruler, and I don't want to waste fabric because there's a use for these triangles. So what I first do is cut one of these fun triangles that I will use for something else. Yes, I know I'm not supposed to cut towards me, but I'm doing that for this. So now I've got the right edge for my Flying Geese. So I'll rotate my mat. Hopefully you can still see this. I line up my ruler, and there's the 2.5-inch line right there, and voila, I've got a Flying Geese unit. And then I just turn my ruler and do another one, and then I've got room here for another one of my half square triangles, and I've been saving all of these little cutoffs, and I've got a plan for those. So out of that little strip, I got 2 of these half square triangle units from the easy angle ruler, if you can still see that, and then 2 of the Flying Geese from the companion angle ruler. Now the rest of the geese are the sky, so I've got my neutral strips, and I've been cutting 2 at a time, but all of my little sky units for the geese can be done with this ruler. So I straighten up my edge, rotate, there's one, and then I go flip my ruler around. Oh, I realize I have it upside down, which is why it's not gripping. Do another one, flip this way, and now I've got 4 of the little geese units, or the sky units for the geese, out of that one little strip. And they fit perfectly with my goose. All from 2.5-inch strips. So, I also realize I'm going to address there's combination rulers out there now where both of these functions are in the same ruler. I have tried that. The lines on the one I have are not black. And for someone with my older eyes, you probably saw I put cheaters on. I find these black lines just much easier to read. And actually, this ruler is getting so scratched up, I'm probably ready to swap it out for a new one. But I just find these lines easier to read, and I don't find it cumbersome to use 2 different rulers. So that's just my preference. So that is what I've got for you today. I've got 4 of each of these rulers in the shop. Oh, if I turn it backwards, you can see it's the companion angle, and this goes all the way up to a 5.5-inch strip width, which you can get some really big flying geese, obviously, out of that. And the easy angle one goes to a 6.5-inch strip width. I mostly use it on the 2.5 and 2 because I just use smaller pieces, but that's why I do like this size, because I have the option of going bigger. And then again, the True Grips are also in the shop. The True Grips run $5.95. The companion angle ruler, I believe, is $12.50, and the easy angle is $11.50. So hopefully this gives you some ideas of ways you can piece half square triangles or flying geese units from strips and not have to deal with those 3/8-inch measurements and cutting your squares and then, you know, cutting them oversized and having to trim them down and do that extra step. So anyway, if you have any questions on this video, just post them in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great day.